We're going to continue today in the practical Likkutei Sichos. We're going to learn Sichos of Vayakhel-Pekudei and Chelek Tes Zayin. It's page 449, whoever has a sefer. And Be'ezras Hashem, with this Sichos, we're finishing Chumash Mois. Next week, we're going to start Chumash Vayikra. Very, very gishmak Sichos, as they say in English, a fascinating Sichos. It's unbelievable. Rebbe takes a Rashi and beautiful questions, and the Rebbe is answering with a chidush nifla b'yoisa. And then the Rebbe goes into something that the Rebbe himself calls it inyan muflo in Rashi that we see in Halacha according to Rashi. And the end is two unbelievable heroes that the Rebbe is teaching us what we could learn from this Siche. Ois Aleph. Schon gerät viel mal, als Rashi bepirush על התורה stellt sich auf und ist mefarish jeder Inyan, was in ihm fällt, lefi pshuto shel mikro. We learned so many times that Rashi's job was, ani lo ibose lo pshuto shel mikro. Anything that a child of Mechomish mikro could come and learn, and he wouldn't understand, Rashi is explaining them. B'shas me gefindt, as es ist schwer im Pshat HaKsuvim, und Rashi bavort es nicht. Sometimes I'm learning a Rashi, learning Chumash, and I see that I don't understand. The Rashi says nothing. What could it be? So the Rebbe says there could be three things could be there. Muss man sagen, as number one is al pipshuti shel mikro. Look a little deeper, learn it again, you see that there's no question. Oder, weil al derech hapshat is as move me'atzmoi. In pshat, it's understood by themselves. The third thing is, or those were bavorn durch Friedrich Pirush and Rashi. Rashi does not repeat himself. If he repeats himself, there's some reason. Most of the places, if Rashi said something, even in Bereshis, when you come to Vayikra, you have the same thing. Rashi is not going to mention it because you could understand it yourself. So now the Rebbe is going to say in the Parshas Vayakhel-Pekudei and do kamo inyonim. There's a few places was an nishmuv mal pshuto shel mikro. The Rebbe says I'm going to find places that it's not understood of pshuto shel mikro. And the Rebbe is adding on to this point. Und noch mehr, even more so, einige kashes wären beikam tzat pirush Rashi. If Rashi wouldn't say nothing, I would never question. According to what Rashi says, and it doesn't add on, I have a new question, I don't know how to answer it. Einige kashes wären beikam tzat pirush Rashi. Man wird sich da aufstellen an Koponim, with ein Shaila jeder Pasch. The Rebbe says there's quite a few, but I'm going to stop now. In this Sikh, I'm going to start one question in Vayakhel and one question in Pekudei. In Parshas Vayakhel, or in Posuk, in Parshas Vayakhel in Posuk, v'chol anoshim, asher noso libo neisona b'chochmo, tovu esoizim. There's a Posuk that all the women, all the ladies, that they were inspired with wisdom, and they wanted to make help part for the Mishkan. So what happened then? With the Chochmo, I'm sorry, they were inspired with wisdom. What did they do? Tovu esoizim. So as soon as you learn Tovu esoizim, right away you have a question. What does it mean they spawn the izim? There's no such thing. You can't spawn the izim. So what does Rashi say? So Rashi explained what that means. Sheme'al gabe oizim tovu oisan. There is, just to give a little preface to understand what we're talking here, there is, when you make a garment, always there is two things. Number one, you take the fibers and you make thread out of it. Or you take the wool from a sheep and you make thread. And then with the thread, you go and you make, to weave, right? Like one on top of the other. And then it becomes a baguette. Besides, there's what's at the Mishkan also, one of the covers was one piece. When you talk about oires elim eudomim, it's a piece of leather, then it's different. But otherwise, it's made out of everything made out of thread. So there's a difference between a keves and an ace. Keves add is wool. When you talk about a goat, he has hair. It's a completely different thing. And as we learn right now in this line, it's called noitzo. What do you mean noitzo? That if you want to take it off, you don't take a scissors and you cut it like you do by over a machine by a sheep. How do you do it? You pluck it out like by a chicken. That's what the Rebbe brings down in the hours. So what is the avoid? The avoid is a very simple thing. You take a bunch of hair from the goat and you spin it, either this way or the other way. That means you hold it in one side and the other side is spinning. Or today they have a machine. You put it on one side of the machine, 10 pieces or 20, and on the other side, it puts it on the other side of the machine, and the machine is going the opposite way. So there comes out, if it goes the same way, nothing happening. If it goes a different way, so it's spinning it till it becomes, if you look at your tzitzis, you see that 8 pieces is in here, and it's spun together and it becomes one. It doesn't even open up. So the same thing is here also. You take the air of the dust. What did the woman do here? Tovoisoism can be that they spun the goats. You must say that they spun it as it was on the goats. As they haben gesponnen the wool, they spun the wool. Noitzo. The Rebbe says in the hour noitzo. It's called noitzo. You know what noitzo is? Noitzo is there's another word for it. What's called a quill. Yeah, noitzo. No, that's what we use when we write Sefer Torah. Yeah, that's what you call it. Yeah, a quill. Okay, but to call it noitzo also a feather. Okay. We see it noch bei often zu diesem as the air is still attached to the goat. Darf man verstehen? So this is what Rashi says. The Rebbe says, Rashi explains me what it is. Now I have a question. Why don't you tell me what it is? What's for a meile? Und Toeles is in dem, was Malgabe is im Tovo is. It sounds something very, I don't want to say funny. It sounds something interesting. Why did you do it? Usually we pluck it out and then you do it. Why do you do it on the goat? And what is the better in that? What are you gaining by that? That's what the Rebbe is asking. The Rebbe is saying that this question is even more. It doesn't make sense to do it like this. Schas that the Neutsche seinen abgeschnitten von the Isim, kämen sie demol spinnen a Sach Gringer und besser wie sie sein Aloisim. Here you have only one side that you have to turn, and here you take it and you put it on 2 sides, or you hold both sides and you turn until it becomes good. It doesn't make any sense. Was hat man von dem, was die Neutsche wird gesponnen mal gabo is? Oich, now the Rebbe is going to ask, the Choyre in Vayakhel, there's 2 questions, and in Parshas Pekudei, there's 1 question. What's the second question that the Rebbe is asking? Oich, wie bald hat die Teure erzählt, wie viel es ist gewähnt, die Chavivus, und Menachas HaMishkan bei den Noshim. It comes to the Noshim, the Teure tells us, they were so enthusiastic, and they were warm, and they were passionate to help to build the Mishkan, till it says, Vayavoyu o Anoshim al Anoshim. The Noshim were the first one, and the Anoshim, the man, was secondary, tough to the woman. As your Marosh gives now, Oisha Givelach Chochma the short, unbelievable wisdom. Fakeheit means fast. Fakeheit shows you're doing it very fast. In the Twie Malgaboism, for was gewinnt man das nicht bei der Twie von dem Zimmer von der Risa Tachtonis mit dem Trelles war Gomme und Goimer. Wo steht früher? Das soll gut geschah, dass es gewinnt bei Chochma. Und deswegen ist Cholische Chochma Slave, bei Jodeo Tov, bei Joviu Matves at Trelles war Gomme und sie haben aber nicht gesponnen dem Zimmer Malgabe Akvosim. Very interesting. That's the second question. If you say that it's such a special thing that they did it on Dizim, and the Torah says, no so libonoshon b'chochmo, they were inspired with wisdom, why don't you do it with the sheep also? Why only do it here? We have 2 questions, very simple. It says that they spun the hair of the goats on the goat. What are you gaining by that? And the second thing is, why didn't it work for him? The Rebbe is saying in the Aure, very geschmack. The choire in the kvosim would be easier. Everybody knows who is jumping all the time. A goat or a sheep, a goat much more. So the probably somebody was supposed to restrain the goat when they were doing this spinning. Why? In a sheep would have been much easier. So we have a question on this. Boys base. Now the Rebbe says we're going to have 1 question by Vayakhel, 1 in Pekudei. In Parshas Pirush Rashi, Parshas Pekudei, darf man verstehen, was Rashi sagt, as Moshe tzivo leBetzalel lasos tchilo kelim. I think it's today's Chitas. By a view matva means very simple. They made all the threads and they brought it to the Oisya Melocho. Weaving it. Yeah. Okay.
Why they brought it already weaved?
No. They just spun. That's it. They brought it spun and they got a lot of threads and then they start walking. It's called the Lashon Kodesh. Right. But you matter, they brought it spawned. Yes, that's exact. Can't deal.
By the goats.
There's a machloikes. There's 2 opinions. Number 1, they brought the goats. What? What's the Rebbe's question? If it's such a big mile, why don't you do it with the kvosim also? Simple question, very geschmackig question.
How do you know they do?
It doesn't say. Here it says, it brings proof from the posting. It says Tovu by Tovu. Doesn't say Tovu is Akvosim. By your view, Matve, they bought Matve already. And here one opinion is that they brought it with the Izim even. And then the Ois HaMelocha cut it off and they made the spread, make the garment out of it to be covered the Mishkan. Okay, so the Rebbe says, yeah, dort steht verkehrt, no? Steht bei Yodea Tovu. The Tovu doesn't say clear. Okay, so the Rebbe says in Parshas Pekudei, it says, Tzivo leBetzalel lasos tchilo kelim v'achar kach Mishkan, amar leBetzalel mine goylem lasos tchilo bayis v'achar kach meisim kelim b'toichai. What are you telling me to make first the kelim and then make a Mishkan? First you make a Mishkan, then you make the kelim. Amalei, so Moshe Rabbeinu told them, kach shomatu. That's true. That's what I heard from the Eibishter, that you should make first the bayis and then the kelim. V'chein also, ha-Mishkan tchilo v'achar kach also kelim. And he told them, must be that you are Betzalel because Betzalel keil. So you heard yourself from the Eibishter, the same what I heard. Why did Moshe tell him like this? We'll see. Okay. So this is the Rasha that we learn in Parshas Pekudei. So the Rebbe is asking a question. Is nicht move on. Bald as der Reuven Seder Ases HaMishkan ist gewähnt Leute auf Mine Goylom. Ist doch der Mine Goylom beim Boin Abayis, als früher boit mit dem Wend und dann noch dem Dach. Und so ist gewähnt bei Yakomas HaMishkan. Und in Parshas Vayakhel gefindt man, als Chachmei Leib, haben früher gemacht die Yeriois als Gag. Und erst dann noch die Kroshim. Und so ist gewähnt der Seder, wie sie seien auf dem Nitztavi geworden, der Parshas Truma. Beautiful, unbelievable question. Moshe Rabbeinu, Betzalel as a complaint to Moshe Rabbeinu. Why did you tell me to make kelim? So what did the answer? Minogo shel olam. The custom in the world is that's how you do it. First you do a bais and then you do kelim. So the Rabbi is asking a beautiful question. If this is the story, why does it say in Chumash clear that they made first the Yeriyos and then they made the question? What do you do first? First the roof or first the walls? Obviously you do first the walls, not the roof. So what happened? Beautiful question that the Rebbe is asking. The Rebbe is going to bring a baletois for the give answer. Beautiful geschmack answer. The Rebbe is going to say, in Pshuto shel Mikro, I could not use it. Baletois is verantwortung, as the Yeria is an gemar geworden, Rishono lechon lechs am Mishkan, kidei sheiu, mochonos leoyel al Mishkan, miyad sheyasu akroshim leishachas v'lo ikisui. Very interesting. They say, why did they make it before? Because when you finish the Mishkan, Moshe Rabbeinu is going to pick up the kroshim and put it into the, what's called Adonim, to the Adonim. Okay, we know what it is. Put him into the Adonim. Then, in one split second, as soon as he's finished, you have to take it and put it up. That's why they made it first. That's what the Balatosh says. A geschmack answer. So the Rebbe has done 2 questions, and he says, I can't use it. The first question is about Noisaf. If them was dos a guf efodot atam, the kroshim nicht gekannt sein, shoachas b'lo ikishe. Where's the Balatosh taking it from? Where does it say in Chumash? Where does it say in Aloche that the Mishkan is not allowed to be uncovered for a second, for a minute? As soon as you do it, you have to do it. But the Rebbe says, in Pshuto shel Mikro, kemen also nicht einladen. I can learn it in Pshuto shel Mikro. Why? Beautiful. Listen to this question, what the Rebbe asks on the Balatois. Warum? Because, Parshas Aksuvim sieht man, als man gebracht den Mishkan zu Moshe, schnochten wir seine fertig geworden, alle Brote und Chelke am Mishkan. Die Yeriois, die Kroshim und kol Klei am Mishkan. Und erst danach hat man es aufgestellt, Kemuvon, Bemele, ist doch kein Afgemin, nicht welcher Chelek sie ist gemacht geworden früher. What is Balatois was telling me? Why do you have to do the Yeriois first? Because when he's going to build up the Mishkan, they should have it ready. How was the Seder? They finished everything. Then they brought it to Moshe. And then Moshe Rabbeinu put it up and he had it ready. It makes a difference what they made first, the Kroshim or the Yeriyos. It doesn't make any difference. Because anyway, they brought everything together. So why does the Torah emphasizing in Parshas Truma? When the Rebbe tells Moshe Rabbeinu, you know that there's 3 times that the Torah is talking about. As the Rebbe tells Moshe, as Moshe tells the Oisha Melocha, Betzalel, and all the other guys, and then how they did it. 3 times it says. So in Parshas Truma, it says the Chatchile, before it says the Kroshim, it says the Yeriyos. The question is why? Why do you do it? And the Teretz of Balatois, I could not use. Here comes the punchline. Gemacht die Kroshim früher. Kemine Goylom, they say when gestanden kein Shach, they're not going to be, because they brought to Moshe everything. As soon as he picks up the walls, he has already the cover. Okay, now we're going to come back. Is it me? Now we come to the question on Vayakhel and on Pekudei. Is it me? Was in beide Erter sei Vayakhel und sei Pekudei? Ich finde nicht, dass Rashi soll das bewohnen. Rashi doesn't help me out. Rashi doesn't say nothing. Rashi says, Tovu is so easy that they spawn. Tell me what is the big deal about it? And if it's a big deal, why not by the Kvosim? So I have a question Vayakhel. Rashi doesn't answer me. Question Pekudei, also very simple. Bezalel complains to Moshe Rabbeinu and tells him, "What are you telling me to make fields the Kelim? It's impossible. Minig Shloim not like this. Minig Olim is made." Why did the Torah tell us? And it was made like this, that the roof was made before the crushing, the walls. I think understood, yeah? So we have the questions very geschmack and not complicated. Now we're going to go further. You know, it's Gimel. The Rebbe is going to start bringing two. I'm always looking the word for diukim in English. What's a diuk? It's not a question. It's not an emphasis. It's what would you say? Huh? What is it? Okay, let's say 2 points. Two?
No, I don't know. I'm saying I'm from Argentina. I'm from France.
Okay. Okay. We're going to see two unbelievable diukim in Rashi, and this is going to give us the lead. This is going to be the seed. Huh? Very good. Very good. Yeah. Even as an Israeli, I accept it. Accuracies. Yes, it's good. Yeah, it's very good. Okay, good. Wenn wir das verstehen, beagdem zwei diukim, in Parshas, in Pirush Rashi, in Vayakhel, to the diukim, so it's going to answer us everything. Aleph. Rashi is the choice of action. Thomas is a beautiful question. Rashi, what does Rashi want here in this Rashi in Vayakhel? He wants to tell us that Tovus Oizim, Ados mean, Me'al Gabe Oizim Tovi Noisov, that they were spawned on the goats. Doch damit gedacht an eben sein Pirush, und dann noch ein Sugemani Noisov, in dem, als der Räufung von Spinnen, in Isanum Yesesere, wie Kayetze Bese. I learn Chumash and I say Tovus Oizim, they spawn the gods. I don't know what that means. What does Rashi have to tell me? Rashi have to tell me the first thing, that they were spawned on the Izim, and then say that it's a special wisdom to do it. What does Rashi say? Rashi starts and say it's a very special wisdom. I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm struggling to know what means Tovus Oizim. So you're telling me it's a very special wisdom, and then you tell me what it is, that they spawn it under this. Should have been the opposite. Beautiful question. What does Rashi here to tell me? Let's see inside. Wie can Rashi onoib mit die Wörter hi, oiso, necessary? What is I? This is a necessary. I don't know what you're talking about. What's a necessary? Jeder me weiß wegen was redet. Und als dann noch sagen dem Pirush HaKosov shemal gabo ism, and then it tells me what it means. It should have been completely opposite. This is one accuracy and one point that Rashi is saying that I don't understand what it is. Base, what? The Yukim in it's not accurate. Okay, good. Base, second diuk in Rashi, unbelievable. Was uns Rashi dem Loschen necessary. How does Rashi start? He necessary. Why does he use Where is he taking the word from? From ever it takes his Pirush, it doesn't say umnus, and in Chumash it doesn't say umnus. What does it say in Chumash? B'cholisho. B'chol anoshim asher so libo noisono b'chochma. It doesn't say beumnus. Und nicht wie oiso chochma yisera. But das ist Loschen HaKosov. בכל אנושים אשר נוסו ליבו ניסונו בחוכמו בפרט אז in Gemore was in Parshas the Mokke von dem Pirush Rashi steht da kechokmo yesera. Why does Rashi change and says yesera? And these two things will understand everything.
Talent, it's a practical thing. It's not it's harder to do it on the
Yes, much harder.
It makes more sense. Talent means them talent means them as a tichtiger mit mein hand. Das kann ich. Das ist bei Amazon nicht.
Why doesn't the Chumash not saying it? Okay, so Rashi is coming to tell us something as we're going to learn later. Okay, yeah, okay. Is Dalet. You know, is Dalet.
Wow, this is only zero.
But still the question stays by the.
First of all, this is unbelievable.
What? I don't even know what. I'm struggling what means Tov so easy. And Rashi tells me, necessary. No, but they have to start with telling me tovu me'al gabe oizim and I oiso necessary. That makes much more sense, Rashi. Very simple, I think.
אבל אם זה חבינת אומנס ישראל.
The Rebbe is emphasizing one letter in this verse. He also necessary. What is the he? She. Who is she? No, versteht's auch. Yeah, that's what it says. It's a diuk. No, the diuk means also, I must say that Rashi had something here behind that he knew. That's also what means a diuk. A diuk that Rashi was changing from the Gemara, changing from the Chumash to Omnus. Something is here hidden that Rashi wants to tell us. Okay, now we're going to come to the biur. Unbelievable poshet gishmak. Mamish matamim what the Rebbe makes me. So we have till now, let's make it in a second of the Rebbe says that there is always Rashi is explaining. Here we have in Vayakhel one and in Pekudei one, the things that we don't understand. In Vayakhel it says Tov v'soizim. So Rashi is telling me that, explain me what is the greatness in it. And if it's great, do it also in the Kvosim. And in Pekudei the question is given. Bezalel is complaining to Moshe Rabbeinu, telling me to make a Mishkan. And then the Kelim, and here the Rebbe tells in Trumo, and they did it. Also the opposite way, not Minoga Shiloilam. First they made the Kisui in Trumo. It says to make the Kisui first. And why? Why did they do it? Okay. The biur in then now we had the two points. Diukim in Rashi. Now we're going to come to the answer. Ois Dalet. The biur boze. Bald as man teilt ois besonderen Apostel, this is so. Bald as man teilt ois besonderen Apostel mit Natz mit Tov so easy. Wenn es nicht keule in dem friedigen Apostel zusammen mit Cholische Chochmas Leib. Wer der Tov bei wie mat vesatrel in Sargomon, wie steht der Rebbe says a geschmack und chidush unbelievable. Listen to this. It says 3 times. It says that they have to bring that they used goats and sheep. In all places, it's in one posik together. Adot start to trumo. Veikru trumo meiskolish asher advenu liboy tikvus trumosi. Vezoi sa trumo. So v'chesed v'nechoishes. Shcheles v'argomon v'tolas shoni v'sheish v'izim. So you have Tcheles argomon is sheep, and izim is what we're talking now about spinning it. Yeah. So it's in one posik. Later on, when they brought it to Moshe Rabbeinu, everything ready, it says both together. When it comes to making it, the Torah puts it into psukim. Why? Why is it divided into psukim? And the Rebbe is saying not only it's divided into psukim, but in each posik it says something else. The Lashon was before. And in the previous posik about the sheep, it's a completely also v'chol hanoshim, but a different thing. Why? Why in this place the Torah separating it? There's something here that there's a difference between the kvosim and the izim. Let's see inside. Sie stehen Tage zusammen erst bei der Avoe, wenn die bringen to Moshe in one posik. Und bei dem Zivui of der Trumo, it says in Kapitel Amedei posik Vov also. And then we begin Tzivu Hashem. And the Rebbe tells them to do it. Tzivu of the Truma is when Moshe tells the Eden. So there's 3 things. When the Rebbe tells Moshe, Moshe tells the Eden. And when they bring it, all of them in one posik. And all of a sudden here, not only 2 separate psukim, but 2 separate expressions. Here it says, Cholisha Chochmas Lev Beyodeo Tovu. And here it says, Tovu is so easy. You have to understand what does the Torah want to you. This is the Rebbe's Yesod. Befrat as the posik chazot tiba noch einmal, this is what I just mentioned. V'chol hanoshim asher nosi libo noisone b'chochmo tovu. Why? Is move me'atzmo as the tovu esoizim is anders from the tovu in the posik shelefono. I can't say it together in the same posik. By bringing it to Moshe, the tzivui of the Eibishter, it's one thing. Bring me, take oiros from Kvosim and take, wool from Kvosim and take wool or call it hair from goats. But when it comes to making it, I must separate it because it's a different way of making it. What do we see? Then posik shelefon when Baltas is nicht shaykh king tvi izim. Rashi says I'm struggling. What does it mean tovu so easy? It can't be spawning the izim. What do you take the goat and you spin him around? What are you doing? Meint es as oben gespunnen die Neuzo es tovu es so izim with the izim. Es means with. Mit b'mechuber to the izim. This is what Rashi is saying. Now the Rebbe is going to say in this paragraph, the Rebbe is going to say why Rashi the diuk. Why is Rashi starting and saying and then say what they're doing? You know why? because every child from 5 years old, if he learns good and he looks and he sees the Tov is so easy, he knows that it doesn't mean that they spawned the goats, means that they spawned it under. So Rashi is starting with saying, that's what you just said in Chumash, Tov is so easy. Now you're coming to learn Rashi, I'm telling you, because you know already what it is. That's why. I think you started to saying it. That they know already, that's what the Rebbe is Chiddush. Chumash Mikro knows already. Und der Betam von der Fum versteht euch aber in Chumash. Bald das was Iden und Menadel werden gebracht vom Mishkan, ist gewähnt Trumas Hashem, wie eine Dove und Akrov Hashem. When they brought the things to the Mishkan, in the Dove, they felt that they bring in a korban. It's geschehen, wie in Korban ist eine verschiedene Zugim. In a korban that you bring in Mishkan and Besamidosh, there's different kinds. A korban from Min HaChai and from Min HaTzemeach. There's all kinds. If we begin with Parshas Bereshit, by korban, Kain and korban Evel, the child learned already that Kain brought and Evel brought. And a korban from a Bal Chai is mer choshev ve a korban from Atzemeach. Obviously, bring from Chai. The world was created in a way of Doimim Tzemeach Chai Medaber. So Tzemeach is a lower level and Chai is a higher level. And this is what the Rebbe didn't want to accept from Evel. Is not because he brought a lower level, he brought Tzemeach. That's not the reason. Tzemeach is good for a korban. His problem was that he brought from the worst of the Tzemeach. Pishton he brought. He should have Kain, I'm sorry. Kain. And Evel brought from the Chai and he brought from the Mepchoiros Mechalven, from the best there is. So Mele, so we understand that a Chai is better. Now here to the conclusion. Same thing is here also. When we can spin and Chute Anoitze, when they say noch mechubat to the easy min a Chai, now we're going to answer also the other question. What's the specialty in that? What's the specialty? The Rebbe said because it was an Achai. Is that a choshvere trumo ve'amatve from the Noitzer? What's up with the izim? When you go and you spin it when it's off the izim, what is it? So when you do it on the Chai, so you wanted to show the Eibishter, I'm going to bring a korban to the Mishkan, min a Chai, much higher level. Chutim velechazan noch mechubet zum Bal Chai izim, wachsen sie, they're still growing. What does it mean? It's not only Tzemeach, it's Chai, it's alive. Sie haben a Sheiches zum Min a Chai. Sie sind eine Joinik von Guf a Chai. Schenken, die Chutim noch, wie sie sind abgeschnitten von Guf a Chai. So that's why they did it on the goat, because they wanted to bring a Truma to the Eibishter in a much higher level, in a level of Chai, not only Tzemeach.
They bring it to the Chilek. They bring it cut.
No, they brought it with the Izim.
If you
There's a machlekes. The Choyre first glance, I didn't think of it. It's a good question. I think they're alive because it's still growing. When his dead is not waxing. No, there is coming soon more. It's coming soon more that it shows that he's alive. Okay, well, a good point. Befrat, oibim vet lernen mit Parshas Kenal. Is emphasizing it here. Befrat, oibim vet lernen mit Parshas Kenal, as mod gebracht the Chutim. Wie sie seien noch gewinnen, der Rebbe bald reden. They minded that it's also even if it's brought, they cut it right off and they brought it. But befrat, oibim vet lernen mit Parshas Kenal. The Kenal is very interesting. I was struggling on Kenal, and I wrote on the WhatsApp groups, what is Kenal? We don't learn. There is, it's in Aore. And in the Sichos, the new Sichos, they took it out. Looks like it went in by, not the Rebbe wanted in, it went in by somebody, because in one of the Aores it's mentioned, but not in the Sichos. So the Rebbe can say Kenal. Here it says Kenal, this is put the Sichos. I made a question mark and I kept asking, what is this Kenal? Where is it Kenal? I don't find it. I just learned the Sichos, the 2 pages. We don't remember learning that the Rebbe says that they brought it alive on the spawn, on the goat, and brought it like this to the Ois HaMelocha. Yeah. What? Yeah, but you don't say Kenal on Aore. Exactly right. So it's not Kenal, so they took it out. Yeah. Yeah, very good. Okay. Befragt mit lernen mit Parshas Kenal as mod gebracht die Chutim, wie sie sind noch gewesen. Al gabe oizim. They brought it spawn to the Ois HaMelocha with the goats. It's possible the real sheboze zayin b'shas hanesine. Even when you give it, not only when you made it, when you brought it, you gave it. I gave it to the Ois HaMelocha al alive. Huh? Yeah, in Geder Funa Dovo Chai. Now we're going to come back and answer why in Vayakhel, what's the advantage of doing it on the Bal Chai? And now the Rebbe is going to answer also the second question, why didn't they do it on the Kvosim? And as we said in the Aure there, Kvosim would have been much easier. Kvosim, you know, keves, katzoin latevach yuval goes on sheep, not on goats. Okay, what is it? It's wheat. It's not in Likkutei Sichos.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. This is, I put the half of their cost, and this is that. Like, both of them don't come out. I'm trying to figure out what's your gears.
Mine is from Moitzer HaChochma. It's wheat. And I asked a question, 3 people, somebody told me that, look in the Sichos that they just gave out again, they took it off. No. Praktisch, we know from the Shochtim that it's not. He's about jumping all day and all night, you know, but it's, I think it means a keves. A keves goes like unbelievable. Babies, you have to give him shocks until they go into the Likkutei and they scream. They know where they're going. I think, what?
Really, the animals and you're going to the queue? Because the words, I don't know, I'm not sure.
Sign
I
doesn't.
ask people what's the sign.
No.
I don't know.
Shof. Sign in Yiddish, it's shof. Shof means a klolizike word. Yes.
So that's the thing. So what I understand is that the word sign is a closed name for anything that's not a cow. Or like young.
But in that expression, it means sheep.
I'm just saying, what I understand it, sign is all types of. Sign.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine, but in that expression,
I think that's what it means. Yes.
Like a lemon, right?
Again, I don't know. I'm just asking what this was saying. Interesting word.
What's your question? When you count the sheep, you don't even know what to count?
No, it's a funny word.
You don't know what to count.
But look, like in the next part, they're even at sun carbonate. Even at sun carbonate.
Yes, very good.
It's easy with sun.
Okay, excellent. Okay. I say. Make a note. We'll do it after the shir. We're going to go back to that. Let's continue. Okay. I say the Rebbe is going to explain again the advantage of doing it in the Izim. And why not on the Kvosim? If it's good, make it in the Kvosim also. That's going to prove practic. Push it logic. How it could be done in Izim, it can be done in Kvosim. Es ist moving for was bloß bei der Iris Izim ist given Tove so Izim. Man gefindt das nicht bei der Iris und Cheles war gomme bechulu. Just to emphasize whoever didn't, if you don't know, for those who listen and it's going to listen later, what's the idea of Iris Cheles var gomme? Izim, there was as they spun it and as they took it off from the Izim, and as they made it the kisui, that's how they put it up. Usually, goats are white, no? Usually, that's what I think. But when it comes to the sheep, when they took off, what? Both. Yeah.
That's why he was running home.
When you take off the wool from the sheep, it had to be painted. That's why it says here, means from the sheep. That's what it is. Okay. So the Rebbe is explaining. The Likkutei Atzama von the Kvosim hat man gedacht bringen, als nachdem wie sie seinen Gewinn gefarbt, after you painted them, Cheles gefarbt mit dem Dam Chelozoin, blue. Und Argomon is purple. Was those Farben ist nicht möglich, bei der Likkutei Atzama seine Mechuba zu den Kvosim. How could you do it? How could you spin it? And then on the keves, painted each one differently and prepare on each keves it should be Cheles and Argomon. It's impossible to do. That's why they didn't do it. Sorry. Yes. When I said painting a few times, I know I'm wrong, but I didn't find it. Dying it. Yes.
But the Izim had no color?
No color. No. As they brought them up.
White?
Put them up white. Whatever the color is, white. Usually white. Off-white. Yes, is white. Yeah, okay. Was those Farben ist nicht möglich, kommt euch, als der Avoy von der Cheles war Gomon, kann nicht sein, bald noch sehr früh mal Gabe Kvosim. It can be brought right after this, because in the Kvosim there's a system. You take it off, what's called in English? You share it, and then you spin it, and then you dye it, and then you bring it. It's impossible to do it under. And the Rebbe said, nicht wie sie sein noch al Gabe Kvosim. You can't bring enough the Kvosim as you could bring the Izim, spawn down the Izim, and bring it with the Izim. Yes. For sure that you can bring it, avoid on this. You can do it even in your house and then cut it and bring it because it's impossible. Therefore, yeah. Look at footnote 31. Ketzivi Hashem leMoshe. The Rebbe says, I have a question. They could have done it and bring the dye to the Oisei Meloch, and they should do it. The Rebbe says, no. What does Rashi say? Tzemer tzovua bedam chilozon, you should give it. Ve'argomon tzemer tzovua. Listen to the Rebbe's lotion. Ve'lo she'ikru meitom tzemer. Now they should bring, excuse me, not to bring tzemer and bring a box of paint. That's not the seder. Bring it already dyed, painted or dyed. Yeah. Okay. Next paragraph. The Rebbe is the Tviya nicht given al gabei krosim. Simple answer, practical answer. Weil der Avos Trumel Hashem can say nicht sein in dem Oiv Meshubach, what you say. Can nicht sein in der Oiv Meshubach, was ist mit Chuber oder al Kolpone besmichus lo zeh zu chai. It can be besmichus. You have to take it off, and then you have to spawn it. It takes time, and then you have to dye it and wait till it dries, and then you bring it. So it's far already. For sure, not bringing it with the kvosim, and even after you share it up, it's not only bringing it because it takes time till you could bring it. Oizvov. If them was his movement atzmi from Posuk Kanal Bavor and Rashi. Now we're going to come back. Why did Rashi start like this? Very simple. Something that you understood from yourself. You understand already why the izim was spawned and the hair was spawned and the izim. You understand already why the kvasim we couldn't do it. Now Rashi is saying, he also umnus yeseiro chulu. Those the noshim tovus or izim is given. The Rebbe is going to bring why Rashi is changing from chochma till umnus. Those was the noshim tovus or izim is given. Nicht bloß mit zat noso libo no isono. בחוכמו, koile lo zu verstehen, als du Chaza oivn shel Tviye, wird es sein Achosh v'Renesine v'Trume fahrt im Mishkan, noch der Fall, was in dem ist gewähnt, hat Besserkeit. Not only because, as we said before, because they're going to spin it on a chai. It's still growing, it's still alive. It gets chais from the goat. Not only this, and bringing it as a korban chai, there's another thing in there also. You know what? The outcome of the product is going to be different. That's why they did it. That's what Rashi is saying, umnus. Okay? That's what the Rebbe says here. Now, oich dafar also, there's another reason that they brought it. Not only korban min achai, but in them is given a besserkeit in oisabetung. There was a much better thing as it was worked. The outcome is better. Umnus yesero. That's what Rashi says, umnus yesero. Yetzem tviye, was al gabi oizim kum taro is better. It comes out better. Sometimes you could take a baguette that, you know, but it's not comfortable to put it on. When they do it on the izim, what happens then? It has in it moisture and it has in it softness. So it's a much difference. So when you bring it like this, it's 2 miles. It's minachai, and it's also the outcome, the product that you bring it to put it on the mishkan is a much better thing. It's a geschmack, a better quality of garment or whatever you call it, a cover of the mishkan. Let's say inside. The etzem tviye, was al izim kommt is better. Ausgearbeitet mit die Tviye mit die Neuzo, was ist schon abgeschnitten von diesem. It's different if it's doing Andres or not. Warum? Shas die Seire seine Mechuber und Joinek von der Beine. When it's still attached and still nursing, it's being nursed from the Beine. Sehen sich al Achluchis, then a special soft moisture. Unabhängigkeit. Das ist a Meile in der Umnus hat wir. That's why Rashi is saying, the lotion Umnus.
So why does Rashi explain that?
Why is he saying after that, Shetovim al gabo izim? I have the same question, I don't have an answer for it. He shouldn't have said it. He should have said, Yichochma Yisera, and that's it. Huh? We learn till now that the child is going to know by himself that what he says, this what I just said, this what you just understand yourself, that it can't be spun the izim, must be spun the air and the izim. The Bechomish understands, what does he have to tell him that after that? I have the same question. That's what I thought, maybe, to make sure that's what he's talking about.
The movement also just said that this told me not to raise 2 separate characters.
This,
The two toes of the summer and the cross and these are 2 separate things. That's because you know. The Talmud is under them.
yeah. Aloizim, Tavu Esoizim, it can be that it's polytheism. Okay, I understand. Okay.
They needed to color it and let it go.
They needed it. Thank you. They cut it, as we said before. Yeah. Let me see in the previous page. They took it off, then they spun it, and then they dye it. Okay. Now, so Baruch Hashem Vayakhel is everything understood. Now we're going to go to Pekudei. According to this Chidush, to the Yukim in Rashi will understand Pekudei also. Oy Zion. What's the question in Pekudei? Why did in Trumo, and when they made first the Gag, and then they made the Kroshim. It should be the opposite way, as Bezalel is complaining to Moshe Rabbeinu. Mine Goylem to do first that house and then Kalim. Same thing is the same meaning is you don't make a roof before you make. In general, when you make a house, it's impossible to make the roof before. But even here, it is the Seder Oilem. Oy Zayah. Al pi anal, der Torah verstandig war, was man hat gemacht, die Ries früher wie die Kroshim. Chotsch, as the Mine Goylem is zu machen, when früher. I will understand why we did it before. It's at Beide in Yonim Anal. Understand that from these two things that we just learned. Number one is that it's a korban min achai. Number two, that it is a better product when you do it on the chai. Mitzat Beide in Yonim Anal. Mitzat Chavivus, Vizrizus Anoshim, haben sie gleich gemacht, die Twie, und es gebracht zu Loisha Melocho, Ayerius, wie sie seinen, Al-Gabe, o Izim. Hat man nicht gekannt, oplegen die Gzise und machen Ayerius, bis man wird machen, der Adonim und Kroshim. Weil inzwischen, weil die Seires wachsen, jeder für sich und Twie zusammen. Very praktischen Geschmack. We say that the Noshim, Vayavoyu Hoa Noshim, Ala HaNoshim. It was secondary. The Noshim were very enthusiastic to do for the Mishkan everything that they could. As soon as they heard that we need a cover of Kvosim in a cover of Izim on the Mishkan, what did they do? They didn't wait for nothing. They went and they did it. That's why the Torah says that it was done before the Kroshim. Now when they brought it to the Oisya Melocho, why did they do it before? They could have leave it and do it after the Kroshim. Why did they do it before? I was going to explain the two reasons why they did it before also. And the Rebbe says Gishmak. The Rebbe says if you're going to bring it and bring it on the Izim and leave it there till they finish the walls, you know what's going to happen? You're going to have 20 air together from ear to ear, and then there's going to grow more. It's going to be the end of it is going to be separate in all different directions. It's impossible. That's why they had to cut it off right away and not wait till it grows further. This is one reason, because it should be the same as when they brought it. In this, there's another reason in the first reason. Seien dich nicht legamre frei durch der Twie. You know what Twie is? Twie is that you spin it and spin it and spin it till the body, so it becomes tight. Or somebody, I'm sorry, example, somebody gets up in the morning and they like to roll up the beard. Sometimes they did it a little bit more tight. You have to take it out and do it again. It pulls. Same thing is here. It's uncomfortable. So they say, der Fahrt zum allerersten Geuse sich wenn der Gute erneut zu verlesen, shouldn't be Tzar. They should, although it's only not comfortable, they took it off right away. Now, if they took it off right away, why did they have to make it? Put it away somewhere, and when you go make it, the what's it called? Weaving. Why did they do it right away? They could have waited to do it after the Kroshim. It's a mini koilam to do it first the walls. So the Rabbi is answering when the Yois, the second reason, the Yois has the spinning al gabi oizim is hanumnes yisera. The Tvi is a better. We just established that it's a better quality of product. Is move on as al derech ze is mit der melachas arige. Arige is this weaving von the Yeriesizim. As when the melachas arige von the Chuteizim is bekiruv, zman zu sehr sein mechubat zu diesem. It's obviously if I say that it's good to make it on the A's, it's even good to make it then, make it into a garment or make it into a cover when it's still fresh and they just cut it off. That's why they didn't wait. Cut it off for Tzar Balechayim. But they didn't leave it to wait till they make the Kroshim. They do it right away because it's soft and it's being done. The product is being done a much better product. Weben means weaving, is a besser Häufung. Mit der Israel in der Umnus. Und der Fahrer man take noch abschneiden. As soon as they cut it off, die Chut im Algabe Izim, der Fun, eure gewähnt, they made, right away they made it. So number one, mitzad, the reasons of the ladies, that they did it right away. And in this reason is also Tzar Balechayim. Second reason is because it's easier. Same it's Gishmakel that you make it when it's on the Izim because it's yoinik and it's soft and it's moist. And the same thing is also, that's why they did it right away also. Everything Gishmak. So all the shilas went off. We understand everything in the, 1 second, we understand everything in Vayakhel, everything in Pekudei. Now we're going to go to the Yonim, the Rebbe calls it Mufloim in Rashi. Go ahead. Where is it? Oirig is Weben, weaving.
What did he say? He says that first you have to turn it.
First you twist it, make it into a chut. Then when you have chutim, take one chut, goes here, goes like this. Up and down, up and down. Yeah.
He told you that better hariga comes right off.
The same as a rige on the goat is better because it's chayes and it's soft and it's moist. If you do the work right away after that, you make the whipping. It's obviously geschmacker also. That's why they did it before. Also, mini koilom is not to. They didn't want to wait till the kroshim are done and then do it. Very geschmack. Say it again. If you leave it on the goat till after the mishkan, is number one sabal chayim. Number two, it's going to look terrible because it's going to grow more. They're doing. I don't think so. It brings down a halacha, right? Yeah, look in 38. Yes, I remember. Look in 38. Something that you need is okay. Ois ches. Now we're going to see the yonim ufloim al pi halacha poshet geschmack. The yonim ufloim al derech halacha was man nimmt arois von dem Pirush Rashi. Waldik. Okay. So you do the shaila. A very geschmack shaila, and the Rebbe is going to give you just unbelievable. Last week we had Ragachova. You remember? Ragachova with becoming a member in the Vard of to when the Rebbe came out to Friedrich Rebbe came out to Riga. Now we also have a Ragachova. Unbelievable Ragachova. But the Rebbe is going to divide it into two. First the Ragachova, and then Rashi Pshuta Shel Mikro. Both are going to answer the question. The question is a very geschmacky question. It says, you do the shaila. The Balt Azein Boin in the Samigdash Balaylo. The Gemara says in Shavuos in the Rambam Paskins. Azein is in Eine Boin in Migdash Balaylo. Weil there is the Mishkan Leik the Migdash. You're not allowed to make the Migdash in at night. It says, as being a Migdash becomes a din of a mitzvah says Shazman Grome. Why? If we would have been allowed to make 24 hours a day, it means that it's not Zman. If you say no, only by day, what everybody knows. What mitzvah says Shazman Grome? All the Noshim are Pturis. Noshim seine Pturis von mitzvah says Shazman Grome. And wir haben Noshim gemerkt, Spinne in dem Zimmer for them being a Mishkan. Are they allowed to do it? Beautiful question. In the Rebbe is saying, it's not only Potter, it's also. It's Potter and also. Not Potter, it's also to do it. The Das Rabbeinu Tam, the Rebbe is saying, and especially the Das Rabbeinu Tam. As an Isho ken ich zugreiten und ton dem Echscher von Azam Mitzvah, welcher sie ist nicht Mitzvah. I would say that she could not do the Mitzvah because she's Potter. And the Rabbeinu Tam says, no, she's not even allowed to prepare something. Where do we see it? Quotation from the Rabbeinu Tam. Because the far is, I don't know how to do it. My wife knows how to do it better than me. Why shouldn't she go into the sukkah and tie the lulav with the adasim and the arovas? The Rabbeinu Tam says, no, she can't, because she's Potter. Same thing with tzitzis. She could not go and make the tzitzis because it has to be done by somebody that is mechuyev with tzitzis. So I see that he can do it. Beautiful question. How does it happen that they are allowed to do it? We need the answer. The Rebbe is going to answer one answer according to the Ragachova, and one answer is going to be according to Rashi. Beautiful. It's mevayer the Ragachova. As in mitzvahs bnias migdash and dort zwei protim. Very geschmack. Aleph. Der etzem boin am migdash is a mitzvah says. Is a mitzvah says to build a migdash. Base, das was es darf aufgebaut werden am migdash um zu machen sein korbanos. There's a mitzvah that there should be a migdash be able to do korbanos. So we have two things in being base a migdash. When in them is the Chelek ben anal. According to this, it's going to be the difference. Understand how do they do this cover for the mishkan. Shinoshim zane mechuyovis or the pturis from bnias hamigdosh is according to these two things that the Ragachova is saying. Mitzad a mitzvah from bnias hamishkan ve'hamigdosh. It's mitzvah says shazman grome. Unoshim zane pturis. Aber der zweite Ringe v'chiyuv, was man darf aufbauen am Migdosh, auf zu machen sein dort korbanos. If I need a Migdosh of korbanos, und in dem seinen euch noshim mechuyovis. Why? Gebald. As euch sehr ob sich dem Chiyuv von korbanos. Ladies haben the Chiyuv of korbanos. The Meile, they have a Chiyuv also to help in Binyan Mishkan and Binyan Beis HaMikdash. Now, but there's a difference. What Chelek of the Mishkan are they allowed to do? What Chelek are they not allowed to do? The Rebbe is explaining it. And the Rebbe, the Chalok, Imum Protim in Mikdash, Velechazani Me'akiv, the Akrovas HaKorbanos. There is parts in the Mishkan that's, let's say if the Mishkan is not covered, could you bring korbanos? Can't bring korbanos. That's why they're allowed to make the cover. If there's something that it's not holding back from bringing a korban, they can do. Right. If it's holding back, they could because they have to bring a korban. If it's not holding back the korbanos, then it's mitzvah shazman grome, so they potter. Look at Gishmak at this. I looked it up. I don't remember. It's something that let's say if there's
the key to the Chidon, you know all these questions. I'm telling you.
Okay, maybe you could come up, Rabbi. Maybe you come up with the answer. What could be something that it's not holding it back of not market of making Mizbeach is market of a korban. Don't know Mizbeach does no korban. Maybe if it's missing the key, you must have because they have to wash. I'm thinking of something. Maybe the menorah. Menorah is not not to do with korbanos. Oh, so you're not allowed to do it. The Choyre comes in the Kroshim that it's a Chelek of the Mishkan. The cover for sure is a Chelek of the Mishkan. That okay, we know already what it is. What it's not, we'll have to look it up. Okay. They're not holding back for making a korban. And you have a proof. I have proof for you. Korban Pesach, you could make now even if Eretz Yisrael, if Arabais belongs to us, you could even make a korban Pesach there. You need a mizbeach. You have to build a mizbeach and do it. Mizbeach is ma'akev.
Only the Mizbeach.
You say that not even a Beis Hamikdash you need. It's only now, but when Mashiach is here, you need everything. Okay, I didn't look into it very carefully, so I don't know. Okay. So anything that it's a korban holding back korbanos, they are allowed to do. The Rebbe is saying, look, Chelek v'Klei HaMikdash was eine nicht ma'akev with the akrobas korbanos. Der Rasia is not to live the mitzvahs esse Bnias HaMikdash. And there are seers and enosh pturus memele oichet also. So it depends what we're talking about. If we're talking about something that else. Now we're going to come, the Rabbi is going to explain word by word what is it applying here in the Mishkan, which, according to the Ragi Chovel, which one are they allowed to make? The first kisui or the second kisui? Which one is a kisui of Mishkan? Which one could you do without? Let's see. Shmak, this oysters. Now we're going to come to our place. When you get the raise of the Gemara says in Shabbos, the Ragi Chover, the Rebbe learned from the Ragi Chover according to the Gemara. When it comes to Rashi, what is Rashi? Shute shel mikro is different. Different way why they're allowed to make both the lower cover and the higher cover, the kvosim and the unbelievable. Listen, in Yonenu, when you get the Rizog the Gemara, those was a statement in Posik. It's a Posik in Pekudei. By if voices are oil ala mishkan. What does it mean? What does it mean by Ifrosis oil? Which one? So the Gemara says, wer damit gemeint, die Yeres hatachtoinis. Von Sheish, Cheles, Vargomot, Lashem. Not to forget also, just to emphasize, that on the Mishkan there was three things, 4 or 5 things that was covered. What was it? There was, what we said before, Cheles, Vargomot is from the sheep, Sheish is Pishton, linen, and then Tola Shoni is a different thing. And then there was Oris Elim Meodomim, and there was goats. Was? Okay, right. Okay, just to mention, it says Sheish Trelis Vargomon, but the last Shoni was all one. It was all one cover. Then easy, yes. Okay, the says. So what comes out now? What does the Gemara say? Vayifroi says oil ala mishkan goes on the kvosim. So according to the Gemara, as soon as you put up the kvosim, it's already a mishkan. So they're allowed to do it. What happens with the Yerishizim? Yerishizim is no mitzvah. Where do we see? Look further. The says as with the Yerish atachtoinos, or join the mishkan adim von an oil, and we can do makros and karbonos. As soon as these kvosim are on, you could do karbonos. Kum b'meilo ois, as the Yerish lemaylo man, the Yerishizim, seine nicht mehr aktiv zu makros and karbonos in mishkan. And the Rebbe brings proof. The Gemara says, when the mishkan is kosher oich, then kippei lo ruach as Yerishizim. The Yerishizim were not tied on. And when it was really big winds, it was sometimes rolling up. You have to go up and put it up again.
There was another one on top of that.
I don't remember now how it was the Seder. So even if it was there, but the Gemara says clear, Kippei lo ruach es Yerishizim is still kosher. So what do we have left with a shaila? So the Yerish kvosim they could have made because it's holding back korbanos. As soon as I put this on, I could bring a korban already. So the top the Yerishizim that they're going to make is not letzorech korbanos. In this mitzvah says shasman grome. How did they do it? For sure after the kosher. Sure. But yeah, they made it before. We learned before. Yes. Okay. Val pizeh is moving the tam achilik in the leshenis hakosov. Now we're going to come and understand the difference in posik. Remember, we learned that it's different. It's divided into 2 psukim and 2 different leshonos. Now we'll understand what it is. According to this, we'll understand why they are allowed to make also the Yerishizim. How? The Rebbe is explaining. Aber זה is moving the Tam Achilik in the Lishonis HaKos. Was man get, the Yiris HaTachtoinu steht, B'chol ish yochochmas leiv beyodeo tovu, vayoviu matves atchel saga mugayim. What does it mean?
You made the actual.
They made action. B'chol ish yochochmas leiv beyodeo. What mean beyodeo? Beyodeo means it was a melocha. They are allowed to make a melocha because it's for tzorech korbanos. Weil die Yiris are in Muchach zu lieb kashrus a Mishkan. Auf zu bringen korbanos. Der Rebbe kennen euch noch im Ton die Meloche von Spinnen die Yiris. Sich mit Status seine Meloche zusammen können. So understood. Was schenke bei Yiris ist was die Yiris, der Rebbe is emphasizing die. Was die Yiris of the Izim. Seine nicht keine Kuv in die Korbanos, keine Skaloid. That even if the wind folded up, you still could bring Korbanos. Weil seine noch im Turois, wer Asur ist bei Sichos. How did they do it? Far comes the Chumash and says a completely different lotion. If I steht der lotion, Tovu so izim. That's why there was Tovu so izim only. Azay Atvie od gedarf sein bei Oifen der Ave. Chochmo Yesero v'loi Meloches the Gemara says. What happens if it's a Chochmo not a Meloche? They could do it also. So the Yiris Tachtoinos was a Meloche. Beyodeo Tovu. When it comes to the Yiris Elyonis, what does it say? Tovu so izim. And the Gemara says, what do you mean Tovu so izim? It's a Chochmo Yesero. It's Chochmo v'loi Melocha. Well, we're not finished. Not finished. Very good.
They made thread. They didn't make actual blood. They didn't make actual.
They made only the thread. Then weaving it. What do we call it in Lashon Kodesh? No, Tvia is Arigo. Yes, Arigo. They nicht getan. So Oisha Melocha did it. Yeah. But they prepared it. How could they do it? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Listen to this. Now we answer. They did the Yiris Izim also. Now we Chochma Yisrael v'lo Melocha. With the Gemara sagt in Shabbos. The Gemara says in Shabbos. That's what it is. Ois Yud. So, man understood according to the Raget Shover's Chidush, that there's two things in being Besamikdash. One is a mitzvah to build a Mikdash. One is a mitzvah that there should be a place to bring korbanos. So, if this is the story, I would say the lower they could do. No, the Torah is emphasizing. If you're supposed to success where you're there, it's a melocha because you're allowed, and you could do the melocha because we need it for the korbanos. What with the top? This is a completely different thing. Tov is so easy. It's very good. A good point. There is an Indian, when we say Chochma v'lo Melocha, means like it looks like it was done in a Shomayim.
He's a professional, not a regular person.
The emphasis is on the Chochma, not on the Melocha. For sure. But not everybody could do it. Only special noshim could do it. If they could. You want to know the halachic question? We have the rabbi here that is a mumche in Hilchos Shabbos. In Hilchos Shabbos there is things that sheloi letzorech, sheloi bekavone. If you go through a field and it's raining there or whatever, and you step on it and you bend on the grass, there's things that you do not meleches machsheves. You potter. It's a meloche, but it's not a meloche. Very simple. You'd say that it was done with the hands. It's not a meloche. It's the chochma, right? Very geschmack. And if I just told you have mamish good proof. Meleches machsheves osro Torah. What do you mean? If I didn't think of it, if I didn't do it because I wanted to, I just have an interesting thing. I have a next door that he has a light. When I come Friday night, it goes on. I asked the Rav, he says, you could use it. You didn't put it on. You don't want it. What happens if now I put on in my house such a light, if I'm allowed to use it Shabbos or not? Maybe Shabbos I have to close it. Because I want it, I put it on. When I come, it goes on the light. What do you think? You can't use it. You have a difference. Listen to this. Beide meloches. Okay, it's a darkistic difference. Ich verstehe, what you say, but I hope you understand my answer. Okay, so this is according to the Ragged Shover, right? Now we're going to see completely unbelievable different as Rashi is learning. And we're going to understand why Rashi is calling it Umnus Yisera. Why Rashi is changing from the Gemara. The Gemara says Chochma v'lo Melocha. That's the Gemara uses Chochma. And Chumash says Chochma. Rashi says in Pshut Shel Mikra, I must change it. Listen, unbelievable. Oh, should. Al pi anal bepirush Rashi in the diuk los Umnus Yisera. יש לו אמר, אז רש"י בפירוש על התורה גיד בזה לשיטו סוי דרך הפשט. The Gemara says, ויפרוש את האוהל על המשכון, what is it? תחתונס, דקפוסים. Rashi says no. From Pasuk, ויפרוש את האוהל על המשכון, תאיץ' רש"י, not as the Gemara. Rashi touched, ein, יריו איסו איזים. One nimmt das Rashi. Akad Rashi say different than the Gemara says. Parshas Hakosov and Parshas Trumo. What does it say there? Vosiso Yerio is Izim leoyel ala Mishkan. So that's why when it says Vayivchos oil goes on the Izim. If it's a kumtois, as לדעת רש"י בפשוט של מיקרו, אומר די יריס איזם dem גדר, פון, oil, was is negea or מעכב שהקרובס הקרבן עושים משקו. That's why they could do both, because without both you could not use it. על פי זה is moving, אז איך די יריס איזם הם gekent gemacht werden על די אנושים. Now I understand according to Rashi, why they could have done it, לכוירץ mitzvah says שהזמן גרומן. No, it's nothing to do with the mitzvah being Bishamikdash. It's a part of the korbanos. That's why they're allowed to do it. Riber's Rashi medayik umeshane is changed from the Gemara. It changed from Chumash. Keniska lo zu sagen, ihr iso umnus yisero. As a tviem al gabi oizim. Rabbi, listen now what the Rabbi is saying. Maybe it's going to help you out also to understand it better. As a tviem al gabi oizim is given nicht bloß a chochmo, no oich melocho. Before we said that it's a chochmo, it's not called melocho because it's not melech's machsheves, it's not ladas. It's about giton. Here it's completely different. This is the chidush umnus. The word umnus isn't it something differently than chochma. As this is a melocha, beguva dovo, like you are doing it, and they're allowed to do it. That's what Rashi wants to tell us. In his says when Rashi changes and says umnus yisero, he wants to tell us why you could do the Yiriyas Izim also on the Mishkan. They could have done it. Now comes so understood the Ragishover, and according to Rashi. We have only left. The Rabbi is going to give a new, a different side chidush in this Inyan in Rashi. But we say it's nishmuchach sagen wir meforshim lernen. As Rashi nimmt do on with the day in Gemara as a toivet sema shal gaba beime is potter. As a machlokes in Gemara. One time it says if somebody goes in a spins the air ana beime, if he's chayv or potter. Somebody says it's not a normal thing. It's not called tviyah. It's not it's not a melocha. It's not derech melachto. It's the Gemara says that this loshim bot lo daito legabi kol odom. And all men don't do it. Normal people cut it off and then they do it. So the other guy says yes, he's chayev because it is good. So the meforshim are learning that Rashi, according to Ishite, is learning with the Tane that it's potter. But ein derech tviyah bekach. This is not the way of spinning. Und as those was in the Mishkan is given the oivim top visit weil chochma yisere shayne. No, why is it there? No, sein Pirush kematem sein Leut der erste day as is chayev, but get of melocha. We just said that Rashi says umnus yisera, not as the meforshim learning, but according to what we learn now in Pirush Rashi, that's why Rashi says umnus. Rashi says yes, it is a umnus, it's a melocha, and if you do it, you are chayev. The other Rabbi, the Rabbi says even more. Gebalt as alle meloches lernt man up from Mishkan. Everybody knows Lamentes meloches was done in Mishkan. That became Lamentes meloches asuris b'Shabbos. Yishloim as the Pirush Rashi, as this is umnus. Rashi tells me Pirush of Rashi, Pirush Rashi and Al Torah. When it says about Tovu Esoizim, that they spawn the air and the Izim, what does Rashi say? Umnus Yisera. Rashi comes to tell me that spinning on the Izim is a umnus, is a meloche. He comes to tell us that if somebody does it, it is chayav because it's a meloche. It was good for the mocker. This is the mocker of the day that he says that is chayev. Bald das Tvi al Gabe Beim is given zwischen die Pulis, was seine Gitol geworden im Mishkan. Was done in Mishkan. So becomes one of the meloches. Und is das an Neuchoche, as das is an umnus, und meloche bemeile is mit der Rov chayev, chatos. Again, the Rebbe calls it in yonim ufloim in aloche in Pirush Rashi, gewaldig. We have the Ragishover and we have the Rashi, Pshuto shel Mikro. Ragishover is understood right away why they could have done both of them, because the eye of it says Vayifros is oil, so memele the bottom one is understood. The top one was a chochma not a meloche. According to Rashi, no, Rashi comes and says umnus. That's why they are allowed to make both of them. Now we come to Yeni Shel Torah, and this is our introduction to the two beautiful oiroes that we could take from it in life, every minute, every day, unbelievable oiroes. Yeni Shel Torah from Pirush Rashi und der oiroe davon in Avodas Hashem. Oiroe ist nicht verstanden. Could you tell me why the Torah is telling us? We're talking about the Mishkan. The Mishkan was for one time. Even the Beis Hamikdash was not used. It was used 360 years. 4 years in the Midbar, then in Shiloh, then in the other places. But that's it. Mikdash Rishon, Mikdash Sheni, and even Mikdash Shlishi is not going to be the years. What is the big to take away so much Sukkim Chumash to tell us that they did it? And the Rabbi used the Gemara Sloshna, I think Gemara in Yume. It might have. What's telling me things that it was? And whoever says the Torah is stories, is Chas v'Sholem. So as to be eroed, what is the erod? Die Riesen sind doch gewöhnlich gerne noch im Mishkan, aber nicht im Mikdash. Koile la Mikdash de Osid. Und befragt שהוא יבונו ומשוכלו לניגולה ויובל בשמיים. The Rebbe brings down Rashi in Sukkah and also in Gemara Rosh Hashanah says that the Mikdash HaShlishi is bonu umeshuchlo. Not going to use any covers. We're not going to use the covers. What? Any curtains we're not going to use. Al derech ze, darf man verstehen, wenn ich gerade im zweiten in Asias Erish, Vater Asias Akroshim, Eipech Vinigolem, was ist das denn Geladeus? Why did the Rebbe tell us in the Mishkan to do the Yeriyos opposite of Bezalel complained to Moshe that I want to do first the bais and then the kelim? Why did he do first the roof and then the walls? Why is it telling us? Something is hidden here for us in these two things. Und von dem nimmt man euch 2 Euros Klolios in der Avoide von Mishkan und Mikdash. We have a mitzvah to make a Mishkan and Mikdash even now. Where do we make it? In us. ושוכנתי בסויכם, בסויך כל אחד ואחד. Seder Rida auf machen in Welt bechol azman b'mkemes. Kedivri Razal, I never knew. See, I'm embarrassed, but I never knew. Look at the hours. Who is saying it betoichol inemar ale betoichom? Reshis chochma sharoa v'korov l'tchilosei. And the shalom. Besoichol inemar ale besoichom, betoich kol echad ve'echad me'Yisrael. The first Torah, we're going to learn the first, and then going to come the second. The first Torah from the Noshim was Nosa Libo Neshana b'chochma. That they were inspired with wisdom. So what does it mean? Somebody has a specialty that he knows how to do. Darf wissen, dass es nicht zu lieb ihm allein, noch darf höchstens in seiner Weide zu machen von Welt am Mishkan. You get something special. Don't think it's for you, for your house and for your life. You have to look and find where you could use it for the Eibishter. Gucken wir, es ist gewesen bei den Noshim ins Mann von Mirina Mishkan. What happened there? The Noshim heard that the Eibishter wants to have a Mishkan. What did they do? They ran at the special notion that they knew how to do, the specialty to weave, to spin, and the goat, they went and they do it, and they did it. To show that the Rebbe gave him a kishre miyuchet, they do it for the Rebbe. As ob nicht a kishre miyuchet was andere haben es nicht gehabt. Nobody could do it. Only certain women. Haben sie verstanden? They understood. Also dem kishrein, mit der sie gegeben, darf uns euch geben werden, auf Boyen, am Mishkan was dorten, mit seiner Schrossa Schrine, welche Schrante besucher. Und der Rebbe, heute ist eine nicht in Stave geworden. Unbelievable. They didn't have a tzivui of that. The Rebbe says in 59, nobody told them to go make weave and to go spin from the kvosim and diet and make from these. They were not supposed to do it. Heute ist einem nicht gewinnt zu machen die Twie mit der Necessera. Even not to do it, and not even Necessera. Who told them to do it? That's why the Torah is emphasizing it and telling us. Because it's the gear to us every day, even till Moshiach comes. Erzählt die Torah, sie seien allein Necessera geworden zu machen, um Necessera zu lieb dem, Mishkan Hashem, und damit gibt Torah Ayroe le Doirois. Hashem, now the Rebbe is going to say, not only by a special, what's a kishron? Special talent, special, what's a chush? It says here both, the chush and a kishron. Chush ve kishron miyuchet. As it says in Yom Yemi, Aida from a chush in Avas Yisrael. What does it mean? It's not a talent. It's a feeling for Avas Yisrael. Okay, so Kishem with the Kishron Beichodim is not only this, even in everything. As I darf sein rein, darf sie rein in der Avoide zu machen, die Welt verradir lo isbor. Al der ist in andere Inyonim. Was der Rebbe gibt Haiden, whatever the Rebbe gives you, think that that's for the Rebbe. The Rebbe gives a beautiful dogma and a story. With a dogma, as the Rebbe gibt ihm a Verdienst, was ist mehr wie gewinnlich. Not talking about the Melamdim. So sometimes you get a special bonus. Yes. Okay. But still, you get a bonus. You have a bonus in your pocket. So the Rebbe says, "All wissen." As darf Moshe sein in the Sinas, hat's doch getrumel Hashem. This is the story with the alte Rebbe Sichos. He yodua. Friedrich Rebbe tells in the Siche, as the alte Rebbe Sichos dort gat a gute parnose boch. He's a given sicher. Even as a peddler, he went around to sell something. And this week, wherever he came, they say, "Give me double, give me triple." Came the end of the week, he comes, he says, "Wow, he made this 3 times as much." You know what he thought? The Rebbe didn't give money to come home and give the wife or give the kids. Obviously, what's going to happen? Come the Kaim, when I'm going to come home, I'm going to meet a shliach of the Rebbe, a letter of the Alter Rebbe to give it tzedakah, or maybe some shulach waiting in my house to come take money for Achzokas Bnei Eretz Yisrael. That's what they thought. This is one euro. Whatever you have a kishron, whenever you have some extra money, remember it is for tzedakah. It's 2 euro. I should base. Unbelievable. I will them muss ein Säuer nicht zu verschaffen, kein Zar als zweiten Menschen. Ma doch hast du lieb Zar bei Lechaim. Und nicht kein Zar Mamisch, as we said before. No bloß an Unbequemlichkeit. They spawn it on the Zieg, and they could have left it till they make the kroshim, and then cut it off. The Rebbe said because of Tzar Balchaim, they couldn't leave it, because it's still tight a little bit. You know, you spin it till it gets tight. The Rebbe Shmatuch, say just for this, is Memeshan, the Mine Goylom, we change the Mine Goylom, that we make the roof before the walls. We could have left it to do the walls, and then cut it. The Rebbe says, no, because it's uncomfortable for the goat. Is Memeshan, the Mine Goylom, and the Rebbe Shter Eis machen the Ries in Trumo. In Truma, the Rebbe says you should make it, because the Rebbe knew that the ladies are going to make it in such a way, so he told them to do it before. The Kasha, Allah has come, I'm going to say it again. So we learned, because it's softer, the same as making it on the goat. It's two things. Number one, you bring a korban balchai, you bring him to the Oisei Melocho Chai. The other thing is that it's still live, it's alive, the air from the God. It's soft. It's moist and it's better. Same thing is to make it then to weave it is also better. Allah has come and it's recht wegen a Zar von a Ben Odom. We're not talking about a goat. We fragt when you get to Aiden, was hat im Kruim Odom? Schaß man sieht, wie Aid befindet sich, where we see the Zar. Man sieht, wie Aid befindet sich in Maimid Matzef von Oroim, Posik in Yishai. Kisir Oroim, Vechesisei. We got him in Oroim in a mitzvah, is naked for mitzvahs. It steht in Tonne de Velio Rabbe. Ein lecha orum bei Israel. What's a naked person at Israel? By Eden. And a misha ein boi teuro mitzvahs. Kemen trachten. The Rebbe is going to make a very interesting calculation. The Rebbe says, Minoga Shiloilam. Yeah? First you make the walls, then you make the roof. First you make the Betzalel complaints Moshe Rabbeinu. Minoga Shiloilam, first you make a house, then you make the kelim. So a person is going to come and say, beautiful. Getting up in the morning, what's the first thing? Daven. What's after davening? Beis HaKnesses to Beis HaMedrash. What's after Beis HaMedrash? Alter Rebbe said in Shulchan Aruch, Pas Shachis. What's after Pas Shachis? Anik b'minik der Herz. Go work. Go teach. Go make money go do what you could. After that, all that, I'm going to do v'chisisoi. Minig oilom. Rebbe says no. Change the minig oilom, as we say inside. So kemen trachten. Darf da kemen kein sein der Zivui v'chisisoi. What does mean v'chisisoi? Der Friedrich Rebbe says, im Monton Zitzes und Film. Aber in dem, da ist einer Seder. I have order. Früher darf allein davenen. He has to daven himself. Und mit Beis HaKnesses, der Beis HaMedrash. Lernen Teure. Und dann erst es Pas Shachis. Und dann noch Hanik b'minik der Cheret. Und noch dem allem, in the afternoon, before the Shkia is going to run and see, maybe find a person that didn't put on film. But mit keinem seine V'chisisse. Sogt of them Teure. That's what the Teure is emphasizing here about the idea of Tsar. That, because of Tzar Balchaim, not even Tsar, but just not so comfortable. How much more so? You see Tsar, a person is not naked. Aid is naked for mitzvahs, what do? Sagt auf dem Teure, aber Schass es handelt sich um ein Zar und der zweiten Eden, es ist nicht doch ein größerer Zar, wie das so Aid ist ein Orm in der Mitzvahs, it's a great Zar. You know, the Zar is double. Gefragt, wenn man sagt, dass jener weiß gar nicht, dass ist ein Orm. He doesn't even know. Ist mir mal ab, dem Seder Rogel der Minig Oilom. Und viele, wenn das ist ein Minig, nicht bloß vom Oilom, mit der Ellen Wester. Minig Oilom meint, Oilom Ellen Wester. Da habe ich es no. Noch Azar, was der Oibisch der Roton gesagt. Also so soll man sich führen. The Rebbe says that's how you have to do. Betzalel tells Moshe that the Rebbe set up the wall, Mine Goylom. And the same thing is also Mine Goylom Shulchan Aruch. They say the Rayoim. You just have to daven, I have to eat, I have to learn, and then Anik Boim, and then go do mitzvahs. But became when es kommt zu Amatzev, Shel Zar von Aiden, tut man nicht, wie es ist der Mine Goylom. Und der erste Sach darf man bewahren, der V'chisisa im Onto mit mitzvahs. Und erst danach, Ge'emshech HaKosov Lachase, what is Yishaya finishing in this posik? He says, "Tutados was im Negea." So Chaloiti Salam. Go yourself and put on film also. Go yourself in Beis HaKnesses, Beis HaMedrash. Go eat and then go to work. That's how you have to do it. The Rebbe brings down in footnote number 70 the famous story of the Friedrich Rebbe told about the Tzemach Tzedek that he used to see the Alter Rebbe alive and he used to learn with him and answer him his questions. And one time, when through a long time he didn't see him. One morning he went to shul, and a guy stopped him, a poyer, simply, and he told him he needs a few rubles to go in the market, it's market day, to buy a little calf, and then sell it and have parnose. So Tzedek told him, sure, what's the question? After davening, I'm going to give it to you. Then a few steps later, he says, oh, after davening, my davening is going to be ready, almost after the market. What is he going to find? So he went back and he told him, come, and he gave it to him. As soon as the Tzemach Tzedek walked into shul with his in tefillin, he put on the talis on his shoulder. Alter Rebbe was visible to him alive, and he answered them all his questions. Why? Gmach. Mitzvah, he did being Gmach. That's what it says. Gave a to somebody. Al der ze noch farder when egal limud atoiro, they state in atcholos hakosum, we're not talking about tefillin and those. Get somebody to learn with them. As the posik in the same posik in Yeshaya says, aloi poros lerov lachmecho. If somebody is naked, if somebody is hunger, give him bread. What is bread? So the Tonu Develio, same Tonu Develio is saying, ein rov elo rov mit divrei Torah, ein lechem elo divrei Torah. As I do this früher, warum im Psoch Leute Salom? You are the last. Years go help at zweit nicht. Und dann wollte es mir sagen, also bei ihm wird rov lechem le tzom la maim, kim le shmoya as divrei Hashem. What is this summer? He's a from read, he's learning, he's davening, put on tefillin every day. What is rov? Rov le shmoya divrei Hashem from where? Moshe Tzedkenu. In dem Besamigdosh Anitzri, was wird gebaut werden, durch dem, was Mizvan HaGolus wird jeder reine Reusens in die Kishroines, each and everyone should use each Kishroines and Chushim, was der Rebbe dort ihm gegeben, auf zu machen vom Welt am Mishkan Migdosh, lo Yisborach.